Hello. Old Dad here. I'm getting ready to watch SmackDown. Asuka's back. Goldberg's challenging Gunther, something nobody wanted to see. Don't get me wrong. Goldberg 10, 20 years ago against Gunther? Maybe so. But not today. Anyway, you got Alexa Bliss, who they're calling the goddess. Old Dad is excited about that because that was the dominant Alexa Bliss before the Wyatt Alexa Bliss. If they combine that, that's going to be a fun storyline. Then you got Randy Orton going against Sami Zayn. My bet's on Randy Orton. My bet's on Asuka too. And at the end of the video, I'm going to open these because I'm dying to open them. And I'm not waiting for a video for unboxing. I want to open these. So at the end of the video, I'm going to open up these two packages. I know they're video games, but that's just something I'm going to do at the end. All right, I'm anxious for SmackDown. Let's get to this. It starts out with LA Knight. LA Knight comes out, gets on the mic. Welcome back, old dad. Nothing says welcome back, old dad, like LA Knight getting on the mat. Well, maybe Drew McIntyre. I'm not complaining. I loved it. Then Paul Heyman came out and they talked about this feud that they're having with Seth Rollins and things like that. Old dad's going to fix his camera real quick. And then it goes on and Bronson Reed comes out and Braun Breaker comes out and they start doing the punchy thing. Throws him over a barricade. They're getting the table ready. All of a sudden he comes out with the chair. He starts beating him up. He's standing in the ring. They're leaving. That's how it ended. That's how that first segment ended. Old Dad loved it. Old Dad's happy. Look at me being happy. Watching wrestling again. Everything's good in the world. The ticker ain't all there, but I can still watch wrestling again, and I'm thankful. All right, moving on. Asuka versus Alexa Bliss was amazing. Forward to the backward, up and down. There was a point she was on top of the rope, Alexa Bliss, and she was getting ready to do Twisted Bliss. Looked down, was like, Now, it almost looked like she made a slip on the top rope, but she was like, went back down, and then Asuka was just like all over her. Like she was like seeing Asuka playing possum. She went for a Twisted Bliss another time. Asuka got the knees up, hit her with the hip attack. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful ending. The Empress is still going for the Queen. So I was just like, if Alexa Bliss wins, that means she took out the Queen and the Empress. How is this going to go? But that ain't what happened. Old Dad predicted that Asuka would win. I was hoping. I didn't predict nothing. I was just like, that's my pick because that's who I want to win. I'd be happy if Alexa Bliss won too, though. All right, moving on. The next segment was all talky. Cody Rhodes comes out. Jey Uso yeets his way down. Sami Zayn comes out. Everybody's going, I need to win. I'm going to win. This, that, the other. We're all going to be friends. I'm going to win. This, that, the other. Randy Orton comes out. He's like, I will beat you. No one's going to stop me from being the champion again. And for you, my favorite part, he said to Jay, he said it won't be 4 letters, 1 word. It'll be 3 letters and 1 move. That was beautiful. And then he told Sammy, he's like, you're going to be a champion one day, but not for a SummerSlam. He says that you're going to end up falling to the top 3 letters in whatever. And RKO. It was beautiful. I moved the cameras a little bit. It's a lot more comfortable. But now we're at the point where the match is going on, and Sami's about to do it up. He does that flippy do, like, oh, I'm going to dive. No, I'm not going to dive. Flippy do. It is cool. I ain't even going to lie. That is a cool thing that he does. And maybe one less suicide dive is just something nice. I mean, they do them a lot. All right, we're moving on. I'll tell you how the match goes. Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn, and that match was good. The thing I want to point out about that match is that might have been the most aggressive RKO I've ever seen. He was going for the haluva kick, and Randy Orton just like grabbed him, almost like stopped him, and RKO'd him. Beautiful. Beautiful. Worth a watch. Worth a watch. Oh, old dad loved it. All right, moving on. Oh, probably so far the best match of the night, by the way. By far. All right, moving on. So, Tiffany, Stratton, and Nia Jax is going to have a match next week. No holds barred. It's going to be last woman standing. Set up for someone to cash in Money in the Bank is my opinion of it. Naomi, it gets under my skin. Kind of like a razor blade would. You have razor blades. Here's the thing. Outside of the irresponsible thing of it, it's illogical. You move your head, you're cutting yourself. Someone goes to grab you or pull you, they're getting cut. At what point is this decoration a weapon? I'm sorry. I can't get my mind around it. And for that reason alone, as great as the segment could have been, I'm going to probably move on. I think Naomi's fantastic as far as a performer, as far as an athlete. Please, 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 get rid of the razor blades. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Charlotte Flair versus Chelsea Green. Could old dad get anything more that he wants? What's next? Are they going to like hand donuts through the TV? Old dad, all in. You couldn't have given me, I'm telling you. And Charlotte Flair won. The best wrestler in wrestling today. Old dad's opinion. Old dad's opinion. Is she my favorite? I can't say that. But by far, I mean, you see what she does to me. She makes old dad happy. She is that good. And that's the thing. She is that good. And recently I learned she wore pajamas. Things that I didn't know before. Okay, so old dad got a spear. He got a figure eight. Chelsea Green taps out. Charlotte gets beat up afterward by the Secret Service. But Alexa Bliss comes, saves the day. Charlotte Flair just walks away from her. This is I'm interested to see where it's going to go. I am. All right, moving on. Solo Sikoa calls out Jacob Fatu. They end up getting a fight. Jacob Fatu says the problem's the title. Fight me for the title. He goes to spike Jacob. Jacob blocks it, takes it solo. That's going to be a good match in the future. Now, outside of all that, Mateo comes out, and then after they beat up him, Jay comes out. Not Jay, Jimmy comes out. They end up beating up Jimmy, then Jacob beats them up. They don't really become a team, but it looks like those two are going to start working together, Jacob and Jimmy. And that's That's going to be good. But Solo versus Jacob, that's going to be great. All right, moving on. All right, we've come to the end. The last two matches, LA Knight and the John Cena match, tell me how they go. If I was to guess, I'd say LA Knight loses because he's outnumbered. And I'd say John Cena wins because, well, he's John Cena. That's my guess. I told you I would open these up. Been a little excited about this. This ain't working, is it? Nope. Scissors work. And then we'll scissor this one, because I think that's how that term goes. And they taped it up. 2K18. Now that makes old dad happy. And is this 2K19? It is. 2K19. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, old dad, you had 2K19. Roll. 2K19. That one's garbage. Didn't work. But old dad ain't feeling too good. And I had to call a little short as far as watching the rest of the wrestling. I do apologize for that. But, you know, doing things like that will make it to where I can watch future wrestlings. And eventually, they're going to get all this fixed. For right now, I did better than I was supposed to, I guess. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being here with me. It's been great. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Later.